Hello everyone, this is Virtualwiz from Wiz Tech. Welcome to this Flutter development course for beginners. In this video, we'll learn how to create our first application in Flutter. Let's get started. Before creating our application in Flutter, we must install Flutter SDK in our system and must know the basics of Dart. If you haven't installed Flutter, you can check my videos on complete Flutter installation guide for Windows. Link is in the description. And if you are unsure about what Dart is and how it works, check my videos on Introduction to Dart, Dart functions, etc. Also, the link is in the description. To create our first application in Flutter, we first have to open our command prompt. You do this by hitting Windows plus R to run a run dialog and type in CMD for command prompt. Click OK and it opens up a command prompt. So head over to your favorite location where you want to store your Flutter app. For me, it's in my D drive. cd virtualwiz /flutter virtualwiz /flutter. To create our Flutter app, we simply type in Flutter create and the name of the app. So that will be first app for this one, first app, and hit enter. And Flutter will create a new program for you automatically. So this says a new version of Flutter is available. We'll upgrade that later on. So all done. So our new app has been created. So it says in order to run your application, head over inside the directory and type flutter run. So let's head over to other directory, cd first app. But before running the app, let's check the code first. So to do this, we simply type in code dot to open the code in our VS Code. And it opens up the directory in VS Code. So this is the basic structure of any Flutter application. So we have some folders and some files. So let's go over that. The Android folder contains all the code for related to run the application inside Android. The iOS contains code for iOS building, and the Leaf folder contains our main code for the application. So we have a basic demo code provided by Flutter itself. And inside the Linux, we have the build code for the Linux and macOS and website and Windows. These are the basic structure for any app and Flutter application. The main file we have to keep in mind is the popspec.yaml file. This contains the configuration for our application, like any new plugins, dependencies, anything we have to add inside our code goes over here, and even assets like images, fonts, anything you have to add to your Flutter application goes here. Let's head over to the main.dart file inside the D folder. This is the file we will be working on, the main.dart file, or the folder, leaf folder, that we will majorly be working on. This leaf folder will contain all the Dart file that is required to create our Flutter application, like any functions or any Dart file. This main.dart file contains the main function that we previously talked about in the basics of Dart, so void main. So it basically communicates with the myapp function or widget that is over here, class myapp widget. So we will talk about what is a widget and how it works later on the video. So let's run the code. We can basically run the code by going over to run without debugging, and right now it runs the application in Windows platform. So launching main.dart on Windows in debug mode. Let's wait for it to build. The first build takes some time. This is how our first application looks like. So Flutter demo homepage, this is the title of the app, and here we have some text. You have pushed the button this many times. So here is a put in action button. So when we click this button, it increments the value on the screen. So +1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So it also shows an increment. The application ran in Windows because we are working on Windows right now, but we can run for any platform by simply choosing the platform from over here. So web, desktop, you can even build for Android emulators by simply creating a emulator or connecting your mobile with the desktop. Let's create an Android emulator for our desktop. So run Android Studio in your desktop. And go over to more actions, and inside SDK manager, make sure you have installed our SDK. For me, it's Android 13.0 Tiramisu. I've installed this already by simply clicking on the check mark and apply. You can simply download the Android SDK from here. And after you have installed the Android SDK, go over to Virtual Device Manager and create a new device from here. Create device, choose the size of your phone you want to create, click next, and the Android SDK that you have installed, choose it from here. So I have already created the Android emulator, so simply run the emulator by hitting this button, starting APD. So it launched the Android emulator. It takes some time to start up for the first time. So after it is launched, you can see it is showing up over here, SDK phone. So this is the name of I have given to our Android emulator. So let it run first. So we can simply choose SDK phone. So we have selected it, and after it launches, fix it starting. We can build for Android emulator by going run without debugging. Oh, sorry, we have to change the platform over here. Flutter SDK and launching main.tar file on SDK G4. The first build always takes some time. Our application is running, and this is how it looks in our Android phone. So the same title screen and some text in the middle of the screen and a button to increment the value. So this is the default application that we get in our first Flutter application. So it's the same for everyone. We can change some configuration right now. So the color scheme right now is deep dark purple. We can change it to be blue, and we can check the changes by clicking restart, and it changes the color of the app bar and also the floating action bar. So let's get rid of all this code. So class set for widget. So from here, select all except this material app. Up to material app, select all and get rid of this, and also the comments. So our code is a little bit smaller, so let's go over this. So this is the widget, my app widget, that is being run when the application is run. So let's send this home to just simply show a text. So text is also a widget that takes a string as a parameter, and whatever we type inside the text field. So hello world will be shown on the screen. So let's reload the application, and here you go, hello world. So it doesn't look as clean as it was before because we don't have any UI code anywhere in the application. So we'll go over that in our next video. In the next video, we'll dive deeper into Flutter widgets. Stay tuned and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Wiz Tech.